So under this legislation, it talks about appointment of commissioner. Okay, so there is a provision relating to jurisdiction and powers of commissioner. And as we know that section 2 provides for different definitions, section 2 itself in section 2 clause B, it defines who is a commissioner. So who is a commissioner? Commissioner means Commissioner for Employees Compensation Act. Only for this specific purpose, whoever is appointed as commissioner under section 20. So section 20 talks about appointment of commissioner who will be specifically for the purpose of Employees Compensation Act. So when we use the word commissioner under here, we mean that person only. So state government may appoint a person as commissioner for workmen's compensation for any specified area, that this person is appointed who would look after this certain jurisdiction or this certain area. If more than one commissioner has been appointed in any specific area, then state government would also regulate their business, that there are 2 or 3 commissioners, you need to take care of this certain matter or this certain area, you need to look after these certain different matters. Accordingly, powers or functions or their business would also be divided accordingly. Every commissioner shall be deemed to be a public servant. Like under IPC, we have this concept called public servant who gets a lot. There are different sort of crimes against public servant. Okay, so that they are getting some benefits or immunities basically. So they are considered as public servant under IPC. Any commissioner may choose one or more persons having special knowledge who can assist him in conducting his inquiries and all the other processes that he needs to go through. So commissioner is basically having 4 different liabilities, like obligation to pay compensation, whether person injured is a workman or not. That is a very important question. Okay, when a person is claiming for compensation under this Workmen Compensation Act, it becomes very important to decide whether this person is even a workman of that establishment or not. Nature and extent of disablement. How much of disablement has the person suffered? Is it permanent? Is it temporary? What is it? Amount or duration of compensation. How much should be paid and for what duration the amount should be paid. All these matters would be decided after doing proper inquiry with the help of people or the person himself. No civil court has jurisdiction to settle these matters, and these matters would be taken care by the commissioner only. Okay, so commissioner would take decision on these matters, and when such powers are given, just like a civil court, this person is given power to do all this investigation, take a decision and all that stuff. It becomes very important that he is having power of taking evidence. He is having power of asking people to appear as witnesses, compelling production of documents and material objects. Because otherwise, if he is not having the required things, it's not possible for him to do the inquiry properly. So it becomes very important that he is given powers of a civil code also, that just like a civil code, you can also issue summons, you can ask people to appear before you, give evidences, produce documents, take evidence, all those things you can also do. So powers and duties like to deposit and distribute compensation, power to require employer statement regarding fatal accident, statement of dispute, power of transfer, power to require further deposit in case of fatal accident, powers of civil court they would be having. They can order costs, submit cases, withhold certain payment pending decision of an appeal, power of recovery, power and duty to record evidences. They are being given a lot of different powers. And when a decision is being made by the commissioner, they will also specify who needs to, like in what all installments the payment has to be made, for what reason it has to be made. And just like how courts would apply this principles of equity, they also need to see that it is serving the purpose of this legislation also for the employer and for the employee as well. It should in reality provide for social security by giving them whatever is needed for their economic security or economic justice. Whatever is needed, it should be provided. And whatever order they are giving, they have power of recovery also. That order needs to be followed. If order is passed and then the amount is not being paid, that also should not happen. Right? They have power of recording evidence, asking parties that you appear before us, and then produce the evidences. If you are a witness, give us your testimonials, whatever it is, that power they would be having, so that they can function properly, just like how a civil court would have done, and accordingly give a decision relating to the matter, how much of compensation should be paid and for what duration it should be paid and everything. Right, so amount of compensation we have already discussed over here. Penalties for non-compensation, procedure to claim amount of compensation. Yeah.